Hi, my name is Shane. I'm with Rensselaer Honda, and today we're going to show you how to reassemble the remote key fob for your push-to-start Honda. A lot of times after you take it apart to replace the battery, a lot of the buttons here will fall out, and today we're going to show you how to replace it, or how to put it all back together for you. So the first thing you want to do is take this black tab, slide it over, take the key out, and then you'll notice there's a little slot here, and you could put the key right in there, so just like that, and then carefully twist the key, and then you'll kind of hear it pop open. You're twisting the key and using that as leverage to pop it open, and then take the back side off, and then you'll notice the battery's right there. And then what you're supposed to do is put your thumb on there, pressing down, and then you can pop the battery out, and then take the new one and pop it right back in. But what a lot of people do is they'll just be holding it like this, and they'll try and take the battery out, and then that will come off, and all these buttons will fall out, and then basically now you have a mess like this, and you have to try and figure out how to put it back together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to put all this back together for you. What I usually like to do is I'll take your spare key, so you could line it up next to it and use it as a reference so you know where all the buttons go. Flip these over so I can see what's what. Alright, so the lock button goes on top, unlock button goes in the middle, the trunk button goes on the bottom, and then your alarm goes on the bottom. And then this black crossbar will go right there. So now that we have everything lined up, we could flip this over and then put everything back in. Put it back in how we had it. And let me get this out of the way. Just simply take it and flip it over exactly how it was lined up. And then you take this crossbar. You'll notice the crossbar has a curvature on the outside. That needs to be facing out, and it slides right into these two spaces in the buttons there. And basically this curvature will line up with the frame and kind of hold everything together for you. So we're just going to slide that right in there just like so. And then I'm going to take this, and then you'll notice there's little tabs, everything lines up. The bottom side's a little more rounded, and so is this. So you just kind of line it up and lay this back over it. That's how it was. And then we need to put this back in here. But a lot of people, they have questions. Well, does it go in that way, or does it go in that way? You know, or do I put it in this way? Basically, what I like to tell people is line it up, or line the back side of the key fob up with how it will snap together with the front side, just like that. And then you'll notice there's a positive sign right there, and there's a positive sign on the battery as well. So basically the battery needs to touch that positive sign. Well, it doesn't need to touch it, but it's there to guide you where the battery goes. So it goes in just like that. You place that back in there. Make sure everything's nice and snug. And then also, before I snap everything back together, while holding this, you can kind of flip it over and make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be before you put it all back together. And it looks like it is. So I'm going to lay it back down. Take the back side of the key, just place it over it, make sure everything's lined up, and then kind of work your way around and pressing it all together. And then take this key, slide it back in there, and then that's it. Your key fob is back together and it should be working. The last thing you need to do is just press the buttons and make sure everything's working on it. Thank you for watching this Rensselaer Honda how-to video. To view more videos like this, please subscribe to our page or visit us at getahonda.net.